I'm very passionate right now about people using the word first and using the word only and using the words last. Like, they drive me crazy because I think it negates people who have not had the opportunity to move in those spaces because of limitations placed upon Black and brown people in this country. God, do journalists love a headline that's like, the first Black person to, and I'm like, Lord, can you stop that? Can you just make the announcement without adding those words? Because you're negating so much history. The other day I saw, for instance, somebody wrote like, this is the only enslaved person or the last enslaved person. I said, that's not true. That person passed away at a home for the aged with 17 other people who were also enslaved like at one point in their lives. And they died after him. Like, why do y'all do that? And I get it. It's for clicks, right? But what happens when we do that is we bury so many narratives that need to be told. So I would say right now, that's like a big myth busting thing for me, is like when I catch those things, I'll go on Twitter and be like, nope, this is not true. And let me tell you why. Bop, 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 bop. And I make sure that I make all of those links accessible, because that's another thing. It's like so much of that is hidden behind institutional firewalls, paywalls. Like, people can't find the truth because you got to go to Harvard to get it. Like, there are databases that have so many artifacts and archives that are only accessible to Ivy Leagues. Why? Right? And so it's just very stressful because folks will be like, what? And here's another thing. It ain't always. Sometimes it's us, right? Who are like, well, on Wikipedia. And I'm like, oh my God. Right? Like, I'm like, I got people screenshotting Wikipedia coming at me like, well, on Wikipedia it says. And I'm like, I'm sorry. In box 35, in this person's paperwork that they gave to this institution, and paperwork 7, it states on this letter in their handwriting that, like, I have to, like, that's part
of the fight. Right. Knowing your source, right? That's like a rule in journalism, like, consider the source. First rule. And so the general public has lost that. You have a lot of people who just don't know how to research. And just telling people look it up is not enough anymore. You're just leaving the problem to fester. People can't trust sources. And you have a legitimate source that people are like, no, that's fake. And it's like, how do you get around that?
Right.
I'm wondering, and this may be a huge problem for you to solve, save us.
You know what?
Save us. That's all I wanted to say.
I think that also we can loosen up language too, right? Like, if you don't know for sure, say could be, right? Like, say something else, like true. Not the only, the first, you don't know that for sure. So don't do that, right? I think that really good journalists who you'll find that, like, a PBS, right, will say that. But then the sensationalists who are at, major networks, like, they care more about the, like, let's get it viral than they do about the actual, like, validity. And it's so frustrating because there's so many stories to be told.